Hello and welcome back to the channel. I thought what I would do today in today's video is why the weather's pretty awful outside. It's dull and grey and we're still stuck inside because of lockdown. I thought I would show you how I manage and catalogue ideas for my YouTube videos. I know it's not slightly different away from photography editing, but I know there's quite a few people out there who are fellow vloggers like I am, and it's always interesting to know how people catalogue and create their videos and how they manage their ideas that they get. So what I thought I would do today in today's video is show you a quick few minutes video of how I catalogue my ideas, how I manage my videos, and how I do it using a program called Notion. So if you just so what I'll do is I'll get the program set up and we'll jump over to the computer. When I started my YouTube channel for a couple of years ago now, what I used to do for videos is that literally I would pack up on my gear on a Friday night, wake up Saturday morning, pick a place to go, and I would go out and make a video randomly depending on where I went. And the one thing I found with these videos is that they were quite haphazard, and they were very difficult to put together because I was literally just filming on the fly, on the cusp. I was just, creating content based on where I was. And one of the things I struggle with is that obviously I can't get to these glamorous locations every week in, week out. I can't, do the Lake District every weekend. So my videos now, I've decided over the last couple of months to make my videos more about what I'm actually doing with the camera more than actually the location that I'm based in. So they're going to become more educational, more tutorial based videos. So what I decided to do over the last couple of months is that instead of just waking up on a Saturday morning, grabbing the camera gear and going out shooting, I've been starting to plan and organise my videos much more, because I don't know about anybody else out there, but I'm terrible for waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning and having a mind full of ideas, and then I'll wake up at 6 o'clock next morning and I'll be my brain will be empty. All them ideas will have gone out the window. So I've been watching quite a few videos around YouTube, and there's been a lot of people using the program called Notion, which is basically an app that you can get on you can get it on an iPhone, you can get it on an Android phone, you can get it on a Mac, you can get it on a PC, I think. So it's a cross-platform app that's literally on every device that I own, and it's great for actually capturing small ideas there and then. So what I do is, if I get an idea, I put it into this app, and I'll let it sit there, and then what I'll do is maybe the next day I'll come back to it and develop the idea a bit more. But it's stopping me forgetting ideas, and also it's making me more organised in the videos that I do. So what I thought I'd do today in today's video is to show you how I organise my videos using Notion. And what I'll do is I'll link a couple of videos where I'm going to show you where I got the idea from, and also there's going to be a big shout out to David Griffiths, who's a fellow on his through his personal Facebook groups and his personal Facebook page, showing his full schedule and how he organised it in Notion. And I've been using Notion a couple of months for about 3 or 4 months now, but seeing that schedule and how he did that sort of gave me a little bit more of an idea on how to do mine. So there's a lot of ideas that I've sort of took from that and how I organise it. So what I'll do is I'll try and find the Facebook post that he put on that where he showed you his schedule, and I think it's a quite brave thing to do, because if you don't know the channel, he's very prominent around North Wales and Snowdonia and that type of area. So I think it's one of them. If people might see what he's doing, I think they'll sort of clamour and maybe keep asking for that idea. So it's very brave to show the schedule that you're going to put up, and I think it's going to be the same with me, because obviously you're going to see some of the videos that I've shot and some of the videos that I've got planned in the future, and just little ideas. So this is an app called Notion. Okay, and it's a productivity app, and it's been basically, there's been loads of videos around YouTube for it. So there are loads of videos, but they tend to be around more about general productivity instead of the one thing I struggled with is that I struggle to find people that are actually doing photography and YouTube at the same thing. There's a lot of people who use it for YouTube and how they organise their videos, but I think for every use case it's slightly different. So for me, I thought it would be useful for me, and if there are any other vloggers out there who are using this app, they can look at this and see how I do it. So this is a app called Notion, and this is basically my page that I set up for my YouTube videos. I do have a couple of 2 or 3 different pages set up here for different parts of my photography page. So basically I've got one for my YouTube and I've got one for my blog posts as well. So these are all my blog posts that I've posted, and some of the ideas that I've got coming up from my posts on my website. I'm going to try and get back into the habit of posting a couple of times a week like I used to do. I think it's very important for a photographer to have a blog as well as a YouTube channel, because what you'll find is if you have a blog, that will generate views to your YouTube channel from your blog. The one good thing about Google and the way Google search works is that it likes fresh content on websites. So if you're constantly updating your website, it will generate people to your website, and then it will generate people over to your YouTube channel. And I could go into another realm of a video for this, but I think it's very important for a photographer to have a central point to where all your content is, because the problem you have is that if you have a photography business, or you're an amateur photographer and you want people to look at your content, if you put your content in 12 different places, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, other places like that, Flickr and things like that, is that you're going to have people confused as to where your content is going to lie. But if you use them channels to push yourself to a website and you control the content on your website, which is a really good thing, that you can guide all them people to your website, and then you can look at selling prints and workshops and things like that. So it's virtually important for a photographer to have I think it's the most important thing for a photographer to have a website. So what I would normally do is I would add a page, and then what you can do is you can put a title, so it's content ideas. You'd obviously name it perfectly for what you want it for, and then you can choose one of these options. So there's you can base your details on a table, on a calendar, on a gallery. So if you've got images that you want to keep, you can choose whatever suits you. So I'm going to choose a table, and this gives you a list. So essentially it's like a database. If you use the database software, it's quite you probably recognise this. So what you can do is you can add different columns to the top. So you can put publish date, okay, and then maybe a a link, a YouTube link. So I would put URL, just put a link, and then what you can do is what you then do then is obviously create a new page, then create a new template, and then what you do is this is the format for every post in this type on this page. So what I'll do is I'll jump back into my YouTube page, and what I did was I created a template for a YouTube video, and what it does is you can add extra information. Yeah, so I'll just open my YouTube video template, and what it does is it brings up, and this is just information that I've put in. So I can put I've put an editing checklist, I've put a pre-published checklist. This is great for I'm terrible for, when I publish my videos, forgetting to do things. So sometimes I'll forget to make a post on my website. Sometimes I'll forget to put tags on. So I'm terrible at forgetting to do things on when I'm publishing my videos. So what this does is this allows me to create an editing checklist. So this is what I would do. I'd go through when I'm editing. So I'd do a rough cut, I'd choose the music, I'd load my lower thirds in, that shows my YouTube, my social media posts and places to go, and this makes sure that I don't forget to put things in as I make the video, and also a pre-published checklist. So creating a great title, creating a description, creating the right thumbnail, which are one of the three most important things for creating a YouTube video. So essentially what I would do is I would fill this in. So for example, if I wanted to create a video on so this one today, so I'll call it how I collect ideas for my YouTube videos. Obviously you come up with a more pithy title than that in the future, and then there's a status. So you can pick what it is. So you can either choose one of the pre-populated statuses that are already here, or you can create a new one. So if I wanted to say I wanted to create a video for pre-publishing, so I could click create, and then you can create a new status for that, or you can use one of the now when I set this up, I created a number of ideas and statuses that I want. So what I would do is I would normally put it as an idea, because it's just something I'm thinking about doing. The link is obviously going to be empty at the moment because that will be pre-populated when I upload the video, and then the type is essentially what type it would be. So if I'm going out on location, I would put a location video. If I'm doing a tutorial like I'm doing today, I would use tutorial, and also because I'm in the office, it's an office-based video, so I'm going to pick tutorial and office. And the publication date I'm going to leave empty at the moment, but what I will do later on is when I decide to record the video, I would put in a publication date. So this would go out, if I was going to publish this on Wednesday of this week, it would go out, I would put the publication date for the date that I wanted to do it. So obviously, and then I've got three headlines. So for outline, so it gives you a general description of what the video is. So I would put a video on how I collate my ideas, and I can't spell, and notes on my YouTube vlogs. So obviously for time it's only a short video, and then I'll create a description and any notes. That's particularly useful for if you're going out doing a location. You can put a notes about what places you want to visit, are there any tricky conditions or any tricky paths or tricky routes that you have to. So it's good for pre-planning trips as well, in the fact that you can plot out a route or even copy a map from Google. And one of the great things about this is that this will copy over to my iPhone and to my iPad, to all different types of devices that you have. So it's one of the great things about it is it's essentially available on any device that you can pick up. And I quite often have my phone at the side of me when I sleep at night, so I can literally pick up the phone, write an idea, get that idea out of my head and go back to sleep, because I think there's nothing worse than waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning and having an idea in your head and your mind starts racing on that idea. So it's better to get that idea out of your head into a phone, and then you can think about it in the morning. So that's basically what I do with Notion. There are literally hundreds of YouTube videos out there that people have collated how to go into more detail on how Notion works. I think for the purposes of this video, it's just showing you how I collate my videos and how we would do it in a photography setting. So on this page you can actually change your view. So for example, if I wanted to show it by published date, so I could put it by when these are things are. So for example, I can put it by status, so I can see all the videos that are in an idea format and all the ideas that I've published. And what's great about this is if I wanted to change an idea from an idea to planning, I can swap it over and then it gives me a view of what I'm actually working on at the moment. Yeah, so having this view here gives you a useful timeline of what videos you have running, what videos you have edited, what videos you have waiting to be uploaded. Because I've got into a habit of trying to create videos in advance. So what I used to do before is that the video I'd generally put out on, I'd go record on a Saturday morning, would be the video that I would put out during the week, and I would be in a manic rush to get the video out and up and loaded. Whereas now at the moment is that I'm currently 2 weeks ahead in my videos, so it's less of a rush to get that video out for Wednesday, because even if I fall down a couple of days behind, I know that I've already got 2 videos uploaded waiting to go. So for example, this weekend I was planning on going out, but obviously the weather's not behaving itself today, so I've decided not to go out today and record this video. But I know I've got content sat waiting to be uploaded, so I know that videos are going to go out every week. And I think that's one of the problems why I stopped recording videos over the last few months, is the fact that I sort of run out of ideas. I run out of it was becoming a bit of a struggle to make videos because I was probably so far behind with them. So I think making and planning videos is a really, really good thing, and it can get you into a constant cycle of making good quality content that you're not forcing yourself and you're not pushing yourself to do. In my video that I posted last week of how to come out of a creative block, one of the things I discussed and I came over was not trying to force it essentially. So not to force your ideas, and not to try and make a video when you're under pressure to do one, because I think it affects the quality of your videos. So by me planning a video over 2 or 3 weeks, it's actually made me more creative, and it's actually took a lot less of the stress off me making a YouTube videos. So essentially that's just my little rundown of how I use Notion, and how I use this piece of software to organise my videos now. And I think it's a really useful tool. I think it's something I'm going to use more and more as I get more and more into recording videos. And it's not only a useful tool for collating videos, it can also be good for collating stuff in your normal life. So if you have projects and you have things outside of your photography career that you organise and do every day, it's great for, you can create shopping lists. You can create, if you have a project and you have some things that you need to buy for that project, you can make a list for it. Tracking, even if you're organising your holiday next year, hopefully we'll be able to go back on holidays next year. You can track, places you go and things like that. So it's such a powerful tool, and I've only, brushed the tip of the iceberg on this tool. But I thought it might be useful to share how I use this tool, my ideas, and maybe you'll find it useful. If you have any questions or ideas or anything that I could do differently in the in Notion, if you use Notion yourself and there's things that you do differently or you think that is a good idea, then please leave them in the comments and we'll have a chat about it. I'm always interested in how other people organise their videos and how they create their content and how they keep the ideas flowing, because I think that's the worst bit about making content is running out of ideas. So it's always useful to see how people collate their ideas and create their YouTube videos. So I hope you found that useful. If you did, please leave a comment below. If you have any ideas or anything that you want me to cover on these videos, you want me to do a tutorial, then please leave them in the ideas down below. I'd love you to give this a like if you enjoyed this video. Please share it across your social media. I'd love it for more people to view this video, and if you're not already subscribed, then please do so, and hopefully I'll see you this time next week.